So, I've got a new camera again, but I sold one, and I sold some other stuff, which paid for it, so it was cool. Over the years, probably the last 3, I would say, I've really gotten into trying to create content, if you will. I've made some money on it. I've gotten some free things. It's been a pretty fun journey. Last year, I got sent a Hollyland live stream camera, which is super cool. I'm probably going to do a more detailed video on all of this later, but I wanted to do a nice short little video right now with my new gear, and I'm also trying to test out something at the same time. So, Hollyland, they have a live stream camera that is pretty neat. It's about yay big, 4K. I filmed a couple podcasts with it, and it is super fun to use. I do have to plug it into a wall, but I carry my Milwaukee inverter with me, so it works out. But on the topic of Hollyland, Hollyland has a mic system, which is what we're currently using, and it works really well. You can do 4 mics on 1 receiver, which is probably the coolest part. There's other brands that allow you to do 4 mics, but man, are they expensive. And I don't know if Hollyland's the only one, but Hollyland has a tiny Type-C receiver that comes along with the kit. My only gripe about this mic setup, and these are the Lark Mark IIs, M2s, Mark IIs, whatever you want to call it. You cannot put all 4 mics into the same charger. It's my only gripe. Other than that, I really like them. And for a long time, I had nothing but the DJI Mic 2s because I had a couple DJI cameras. I first bought the Pocket 3. I also had the Mini 4 drone, and sold the drone. I'd gotten some good footage with it over the years. I think I had it for about 1.5 years. But I'm, at the same time that I try to be a creator, I'm also just one person, and I'm also usually the one doing things that need to be filmed. So it's a very hard time to find a balance between flying a drone, doing whatever we're doing, not crashing the drone, not crashing whatever we're doing, and it's pretty hard to follow through with, if that makes sense. The only ever time I had good luck with it, we went to Dolly Sods, and Kelly drove the Jeep for a while, and I flew the drone, and it worked out. But when I was by myself trying to fly the drone, I kept crashing. Now, I'd paid for the service plan that DJI offers. So I got it fixed. Only had to pay like $40 each time or something. One time the whole drone had to be replaced. So I was just getting to the point where every time I would fly it, I would end up crashing it or busting the wing up or do something. So I sold it, and then I still had my Action 5 and Pocket 3. I think I had the Pocket 3 before the Action 5, which I used the Pocket 3 a good bit. I really wanted to film rollers with it, which I never got around to. And then it started to sit and I didn't use it as much, which I try to be as efficient as possible with gear. And pretty much every piece of gear I have, I paid for, except the Hollyland camera. So I need to make choices appropriately for stuff, and to make sure that I'm getting my money's worth. And I hate to let things sit, especially technology and cameras to boot. Cameras have to be one of the most ever-changing products out there. I would probably say even more than phones, because like look at Insta360 for example. They are constantly innovating and making their cameras better, which is what we're filming on right now. I know I'm rambling. I'm trying to make sense of all this. But so in the hopes to become more efficient and use what I have and make use of what I have, which is hard to do sometimes because you can have all these different pieces of equipment and you lean on one versus another, and I know some things have single use cases, which it is what it is, but I'm trying to find a balance between all of that. So back to the DJIs, I sold the Pocket 3 to my buddy PJ. I let him borrow it for a while before he bought it, and he was getting some good use out of it. He works at Dirt Nerds and does a lot of cool custom builds on customer Jeeps, and it's really easy for him to showcase builds with that Pocket 3. I didn't feel like I was utilizing the Pocket 3 for what it was, so I decided to get rid of it. Now that left me with just my Action 5, but I also had my Insta360 X4 and my Insta360 Go 3S, which is another super cool camera. But I was not necessarily frustrated, but I like to try to disconnect from my phone. But a phone is so useful nowadays. You have the cameras and the ability to film great video and stabilization and all that stuff. So it's hard to just want to be like, no, I don't need my phone. So I would definitely say over the last year, I've been trying to zone in and dial in on a camera that I can take with me and do all that stuff. Video camera, photography camera, which has sent me down another path with other cameras. and whatnot. Yeah, that sounded good. But we'll touch on that later. I'm trying to be efficient here. Right now I'm loading up truck and trailer to go get Kelly a free Jeep, which we'll touch on later. I want to make a video with her going to pick it up with this new camera, the Ace Pro 2. So the DJI Action 5 is great. I don't think it handles photos as well as this thing does. The DJI was cool because it had built-in storage, and if you ever ran out of storage or forgot your SD card, blah blah blah, all that stuff, it was great for that. But I really like the direction Insta360's going with this camera. They have a bunch of attachments. You can print photos from it, which I'm big on physical media right now. And I sold the Action 5 the other day, shipped it out yesterday actually, and then bought this Ace Pro 2. So currently, to touch back on Hollyland, I am using the Hollyland M2s with this, with the little receiver. Now I had the DJI mics, which paired seamlessly with the camera, which is great and all, but for the stuff that I do, I wasn't really leaning on the mics like I thought I would. So I have these larks that I bought with the streaming camera that they gave me, and they just sat, and I hate it because it's a really nice mic setup. But I was like, if I have these DJI mics, I don't necessarily need these lark mics, but I also don't want to get rid of them because I can handle 4 mics on one receiver. So I'm really excited to try these mics out with this camera. There's a ton of tutorials out there, and this is just straight plugging receiver in, turning mic on. Now they have to be paired previously. You can't just go all willy-nilly. As long as they're paired, you're good to go. And then I also tested out that you can use the big receiver plugged in via USB-C. So with the big protective case on here, I can't use the tiny receiver. Let's just try something. This is the tiny receiver, just USB-C. And we're back. So I think the mics on this camera are pretty good. It's got a nice little wind guard and stuff on it. So pretty excited about this camera. Pretty excited to try it out. Right now, gonna get the trailer hooked up. Kelly's parents are coming down today, and then we're gonna head out and go get her free Jeep, which we'll touch on later. So the only downfall I see so far between the Ace Pro 2 and the Action 5 is I believe the Action 5 has a better battery life. But I got the dual battery kit. With the Action 5 I had the case that had 3 batteries in it, and this one I only have 1 extra battery and no case. So I need to look into a charging case to keep it charged. I really like the Leica lens on this. The different lens attachments you can get, the camera. It's like an actual shutter button, which is really cool. So this is just going to be a straight through video. I'm going to post it on YouTube Not really a review, just kind of a how did I get here journey with cameras. And I think I've made the right decisions over the years. If anyone is interested in the other cameras that I use, I'm not a professional in any means, but I like to take photos and video, and I think I do pretty good at it. I'm still not great on making YouTube videos. I feel like I have pretty good understanding of how social media and shorts work. I feel like I make some pretty funny, pretty good shorts. But thanks for watching. And currently the setting on this is for 4K 30 and tilt lock, which I never used on my Action 5, and I don't know why, because it's a super cool feature. So you can turn the camera right now that goes 45. You can also do a 360, so this goes either way, which is really cool. And then if you go this way, you're locked like that, which I never used, and I don't know why. So thanks for watching. I'm gonna try and post a lot to YouTube. I really want to get monetized on YouTube. I have a ton of followers and subscribers on YouTube, just no watch hours. So I need to start pumping out some good quality, high quality stuff, starting with audio and video. So see you next time.